Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you're new, my name's Sarah and I do videos on modern and practical frugality. So I'm going to show you what I got for my groceries today. I went to Albertsons and Winco. At Winco I spent $86 and at Albertsons I spent $66. So stick around to the end after the grocery haul because I've got some tips for you and I'm going to be sharing with you my meal plan. Just going to go over it quickly, give you some ideas for maybe some things you could have for dinner. And let me know down in the comments what you're having for dinner for this upcoming week. So, okay, I'm going to flip this around and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I got some French bread. This part's all from Winco. So I got the French bread, I got some beets, got some zucchini and some squash, a bunch of lemons and limes. I got some sour cream because we will go through it, and so I got two. I need some of this for some poppy seed chicken that I'm making. I've never tried the recipe before, but I'm going to try it. And some nectarines because while they're in season, I like to eat them until they are no longer in season. And they had a pretty good deal at Winco on their frozen veggies, so I got some of those, and plus we were running kind of low. I got green beans, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, some mushrooms, a bunch of ramen because they're good if you just don't want anything else and you don't have time and you don't whatever. Anyway, so I got those. They're good, they're cheap, and they'll last forever. So I got some of those because we were out. I got some lentils, and with these, we put these in the dog's food. And got some millet. If you don't know what millet is, it's another grain. I believe it's from Africa. I believe it's an African grain. Anyway, look it up. It's pretty cheap and it's good, and it is a really good meal stretcher. And I got some poppy seeds for that poppy seed chicken. And I got some barley because I'm going to be making a beef barley soup. And I got these 4 pizzas because they had a pretty good deal on those. They were 4 something. And so this is the part that I got at Winco. I got all of this at Winco. And this was the... Oh, and I also got the bananas. This was the $86 part. And then this is Albertsons. So I got 2 packages of eggs. They worked out to be like 50 cents a piece because I had several discounts. And these peanuts, got a bunch of dry roasted peanuts, got 4 of these because these are what I use to make the homemade payday candy bars. And I got these because they were really cheap and I thought they were adorable. So I got these because, you know, they're muffin cups. You can use them for a million things. Got a bunch of half and half. I got some romaine here. And the reason I got that, actually, I don't even know if this is romaine. Anyway, the point is it was $1. And yes, we do have lettuce out in the garden, but it's more like softer lettuce, and this is a little crunchier. So I just add it with it, and I'll wrap it up in a Ziploc and put it in the fridge, and it'll last for quite a long time. And so I got some ground beef. I got 4 of those because they were on sale. And I got all of these pizzas because they were on sale. They were 3 something. So that's all I got at Albertsons. And this was the $66 part, which I didn't think was too bad because these half gallons of half and half are pretty expensive. And we go through these because this was what we use for creamer in our coffee. I also use them for cooking and whatnot. So yeah, I didn't think that was too bad. Okay, so this is the tips portion of the video. So I just wanted to say, you saw those pizzas I got, right? So I didn't pay more than $4 for any of these, right? And they're generally more expensive than that, right? So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Altogether, I got 10 pizzas, different varieties and whatever. But, so, and the reason I did is because they're on sale. It's not like we're going to be eating them all at the same time or we're eating nothing but pizza for a whole week. I got them because they were cheap and because it is so much cheaper to make 1 or 2 pizzas than it is to go out for dinner, right? And let's not kid ourselves. If we're going out to dinner, it's not because we're looking for nutrition. At least me, I'm not. So I am perfectly fine with something that I don't have to really do anything with. Stick in the oven, that's it. And no cleanup, right? And also, doing it this way, we don't have a $60 or $70 bill. It costs me, I don't know, somewhere between $4 and $8. Way better. So having stuff like this in your freezer will save your budget tremendously. That you just either throw in the oven, maybe you have other things that you throw in your air fryer. So much cheaper. Buy them on sale. Never pay full price for that kind of stuff. Just make sure you buy it on sale and buy more than what you would use just right now. If you can. That's, and then that way you always have it in there and you're never without something quick. Even those little banquet pot pies, the noodles, I mean, you can really doctor those up into a million different things. What I do with the ramen is I put a little bit of Tabasco in there, maybe a little bit of butter, and then I put in a million green onions, and it is so good. You can even crack an egg in there. You can doctor these things up, right? Okay, the other thing is if you're not on the decanting train yet, so, by the way, I cut my finger this morning. That's why there's a Band-Aid, so just pretend it's not there. Okay, so what I would recommend for decanting things is to make sure you're using glass. And I know if you haven't been gathering anything or whatever, glass is more expensive, but it doesn't have to be. Hold on, let me grab it. Hold on, I'm right here. Just a minute. Okay, you see this? It's a pickle jar. You can use a peanut butter container. There's some fancy peanut butters that come in the glass jar. All kinds of things. If you have an asparagus container, save the containers, wash them out, take the labels off. There's your decanting containers, right? You don't have to buy a whole bunch of brand new things. Go to Goodwill, pick them up at garage sales. But the thing is you don't do this just because it looks cool. You do this because these will last forever. They don't break down in the dishwasher, and you don't have to worry about the glass leaching into whatever it is you're putting in here. And they don't crack. You can run them through the dishwasher a cajillion times, and they're still going to be good as new. So you can also use them, if you need to, you can use them in the refrigerator. Just, take the top off, put whatever you want to in there, and then just put saran wrap over the top with a rubber band. So there's that. And then also, so I got these poppy seeds, right? So for this amount of poppy seeds, so this was 0.4 pounds, right? So a little under half a pound. It was $1.71. So I only need 1 tablespoon for this poppy seed chicken I'm making. But I've got enough, a lot more than that, right, for other things. But the point is if you can find a place in your area that sells stuff in bulk, I'm not talking about Costco, I'm talking about bulk bins. It is so much cheaper to buy the things in the bulk section, and then just put them in your own containers. Now, the poppy seeds there was $1.71, I believe. And when I went down the baking aisle, when I went down the baking aisle, for like a quarter of a pound, so 0.25 ounces or 0.26 ounces or whatever, was $6. That's what I mean about that. Okay, and so also, these, you saw these beets, right? I know, doesn't that look cool? Okay, so these, what I'm going to do with all these tops is I'm going to cut them off the beets themselves, and then I'm going to wash them up, and I'm going to wrap them in a paper towel and put them in the freezer to use for smoothies. Now, you might be thinking, ew, but they're completely edible and they are full of nutrients. So when you put them in the smoothie though, you don't taste them, right? You've got berries in there, you've got bananas in there, you've got all your yummy things. You don't even taste them. But what you do is you're getting your greens, and also you're not throwing the tops away or composting, which the compost would be better. But that's not happening either, right? You're using all of it. So those were just some things I want. Oh, and also, so you saw all of the frozen vegetables I got. I got those because they were a little over $1. Now, I didn't need to get 2 of each one, but because I had room in my budget, because last week I didn't spend all of my budget, so this week I had more in my budget, so I got that. But yeah. Oh, let me tell you what my meal plan is. So the meal plan for this week, generally I only do 4, sometimes 5 dinners worth of a meal plan. But we're going to have a sheet pan dinner tonight. So I've got some like those horseshoe beef sausages out. And I'm going to put a bunch of veggies with it, some potatoes. It's going to be delicious. And probably this French bread over here that I got. One night we're going to have a roast. And with the leftovers of that roast, I'm going to make some beef barley soup, probably with some rolls and a salad. And also with the leftover, because it's a pretty darn big roast. And then another thing we can do with that is I still have some of the hamburger buns left over from our camp trip. And so we can make like French dips out of it and make some, you know, some roasted potatoes and onions. It'd be a perfect dinner. And then, hold on, let me see what else I got on here. The sheet pan, oh, and also the poppy seed chicken. I've never done it before, but I saw, I don't remember what her name is, but she has the YouTube channel Joyfully Thriving, and she does really good grocery hauls. If you haven't checked her out, go check her out. Tell her I sent you. But she talks about poppy seed chicken all the time, so I looked it up, and there's a ton of recipes. I went down the rabbit hole this morning looking at all these recipes, but anyway, it looks delicious, and I have all the stuff for it, and I've been trying to use up a lot of my like canned cream of kind of things, my broth and all of this stuff, because I'm trying to make more of that stuff myself, but I got to use the stuff I have too, right? So anyway, that is what I have for you today, and let me know if any of these tips were helpful, and I will see you in the next video. All right. Oh, let me know what you're having for dinner, what your meal plan is. So that way we can all get some ideas, because dinner is just, it's that meal that just, you know, makes you want to rip your hair out sometimes. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and I would love to have you as part of our little group here. So I will see you in the next video. All right. Bye.